Welcome, it's your boy Sanchi529. We're here. We finished week 1 already, guys. We're here in week 2 now. Congratulations for all the winners, okay? And there was a lot of winners, there was a lot of losers. There's 50-50 of each, obviously, but some people won a little bit more than others, huh? Right now, week 2, today's September 15th. We have a good Thursday night game tonight with the Chargers at Kansas City. So a lot of points still on the board for that one. Welcome to the Scum and Villainy League podcast. All right, so let's talk about the first thing I want to talk about is our drafts and waivers. So, guys, I know everyone's drafts, like, for the people who lost, right, you get it. Like, I get it. Like, you're kind of feeling defeated, and there's a lot of things that happen over, like, the last weekend, and there's some injuries already for people, like, this is part of the draft, right? So we're trying to guess on who's going to not get hurt, who's going to last the longest, who's going to score the most points. And with the waivers, you know, the waivers passed, and it's our first week with the Fab. So I think most of all, no one's complaining about the Fab so far, so that's good. I do like everybody, you know, participating in the waivers and everything like that. So congratulations to all of us. Real fast, so the only thing I want to talk about right now is I want to congratulate Breece Hall, because Breece Hall did way better than Dalvin Cook. And some people in the league, you know, didn't appreciate Breece Hall, but, you know, in a 4th round draft pick as opposed to a 1st round draft pick, I think I did pretty good so far. So let's see this week. Let's watch Breece Hall score more points than Dalvin Cook. How about that? All right, so first part of the episode, we always try to go with the mailbag. And here we are. Mailbag. 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 And there you have it. No mailbag questions this week. So I guess not many people had any questions this week, which is not a big deal. You know, everybody kind of learned something new this week, and we're trying to figure out our league and our drafts and our picks and our players. So don't forget to submit those mailbag questions next week, or not at all. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to get rid of the mailbag questions because nobody has any questions for it. All right, so then we'll go ahead and start with matchups. So right here, we're going to go and start with, let's go. We'll go ahead and do John versus Ray as our first matchup. All right, so John's team looked pretty good last week. We all saw that. It's only unfortunate that he played, you know, the number 1 team last week, which was Amber. She got first. She's currently in first place right now. As we already know, the divisions have changed, so she defeated division mate, and she scored the most points. So right now we have her. Let's see. He picked up DJ Shark this week, so I don't know. We'll see. I think everybody around us probably are confused on the DJ Shark, especially how much money he spent on DJ Shark. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, everybody didn't, like, a lot of the first round running backs did not hit. Kamara, McCaffrey, Dalvin, Eckler. Even Eckler didn't hit. So we're all hoping that they'll bounce back this week. He did pick up Gerald Everett, so he looked great. I mean, without Keenan Allen for the next couple weeks at least, we saw Gerald Everett pick up more targets, more catches. So in our PPR league, it looks good. So good luck to him. With Ray, again, Kyler Murray didn't do good last week. They were behind the entire game. They got their butts whooped, but still no excuse. They should have scored some points, right? So when you go against Kansas City, like, you have to score points, and for some reason they didn't have anything together. The good thing with her, I mean, we saw Michael Thomas, the return of Michael Thomas. Congratulations. She was able to pick him up, and she had faith with him, but he got 2 touchdowns, right? So he's one of the leaderboards in receiving touchdowns right now. So congratulations to him. We hope that Etienne does good, but again, James Robinson looks like the guy. If you look at interviews with Jacksonville, they were very, very happy with James Robinson right now. So I would consider looking into maybe something not with Etienne, but we'll see from there. Okay, so the next one is we're gonna do Amber versus Jonathan. So this is another divisional game. Okay, so this one, depending on the winner, is going to have a clear first place, right? So if Amber beats another division mate, then she has a clear lead right now. Her team, I mean, what bad thing can you say about Amber's team right now? Josh Allen looks like the MVP again, right? He looked like he was having fun that Thursday night game. We all saw it. She had 40 points from 2 running backs on her bench that she did not play, and she already scored, the second highest most points in the league, and she had 40 points on her bench. So we'll see. Hopefully she'll change out her bench spots for flex, and maybe they do good. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was just a fluke, but again, she scored the second highest points, and she left 40 points on the bench. So that wasn't even her best ball roster, right? Let's see. Again, I can't say anything bad for her teammate right now. So Jonathan Taylor did great. Josh Allen did great. With Jonathan's team, again, he did great. I think his team looks good. I just don't think he has it in him for against Amber right now. He could probably beat most people on the league, but right now against Amber, I don't think so. I think Saquon Barkley, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean, but I think that was a fluke, right? I mean, it's the first time we actually seen old Saquon. But again, if we're hoping, Daniel Jones to do this every week to give Saquon, I don't think that's going to happen. I think same thing with Kamara and Derrick Henry, right? So it looks like Derrick Henry looked okay. Again, looks like Damian Hilliard, right? I think he's going to get some more work because they don't want Derrick Henry to get injured. Kamara, we don't know what happened with Kamara right now, so we'll see how his running backs go, right? But the good thing he does have the Browns, right? So we got AJ Brown, which looked phenomenal last week. I mean, it was just he got the most targets, and it looked like Jalen Hurts was only throwing to AJ Brown, which essentially was, because he scored good amount of points. He was consistent. I think again with Marquise Brown, I think last week was a little fluke, so I think he's doing good. And Lamar Jackson, I think he'll do better this week. Looks like it took a while for him to get the ball rolling, but once he did, they won the game, no problem. So let's go ahead and do our third matchup of the week. This time will be Froheiger versus the newcomer, Nick. Congratulations, Nick, for scoring the most points. I think he scored the most points. I don't even know. He did have an interesting fantasy name this week. We all were kind of confused. We're still kind of confused. Maybe he didn't understand the simplicity of the team weekly names, right? So maybe hopefully John will help him out with a better name. Maybe something not so confusing. Who knows? All right. So it's Froheiger's team. So again, Jamar Chase looked phenomenal. I mean, he was wide receiver number 2 of the week. With Stephon Diggs was wide receiver number 4 of the week. I think they look good. She left Cordell Patterson on the bench, but again, she learned from that, so now she has him in. And then, Mike Williams. We hope that Mike Williams will come back to how he was last year, right? So last week it was okay, but hopefully they'll have a new game script with Keenan Allen out. I think Mike Williams obviously is going to have more work, as we all know that. Her biggest bust right now, so I think the biggest thing that she has to worry about is that Zeke, right? So Zeke and Tom Brady, Tom Brady only threw 1 touchdown, and it is, are we seeing him do worse? The wheels are finally falling off, but it looks like right now she's going to keep him in with the Zeke with Cooper Rush as their QB at the moment. I don't know how much faith you can have in Zeke right now. So hopefully he does good. I mean, maybe the game script will just be, hey, let's just feed Zeke and Tony Pollard, right? With Nick's team, I mean, we all know, right? All of us know. We know how insanely well he did good. He did well last week, right? So, I mean, Mahomes, right? The MVP, he scored the most points. I think it was 48 points or something like that. But again, what do we know? it's garbage time, right? So they were ahead of the whole game. You know, they were having easy scores all game, and it looks like they had no problem messing around with Arizona's secondary at the moment. I don't think they're going to be able to have to do the same messing around with the Chargers secondary. I think Chargers secondary is good, so I don't think he's going to score as many points. I mean, he could score again, as many 44 to 30. I mean, he's not scoring as much, but it won't be that big of a blowout. And all three of his wide receivers that we all knew that were going to be a problem, and they did exactly what they were, supposed to do, and they killed it, right? Even with the Rams being terrible last week, Cooper Kupp managed to find so many points, right, in the PPR league, and he did great. Same thing. The only thing, again, he has McLaurin, and he does have Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts looked terrible last week in terms of the draft capital. McLaurin, again, he did good, right? But it's behind Carson Wentz, right? So hopefully, I mean, I don't know who rooting for on this one, but again, it's a toss-up for me right now. So I could see Amber being lucky with, Zach Ertz got a touchdown last week, but we'll see who wins. But good luck to both of you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and start with Kevin and Steven. So we got Kevin, Steven. All right. So again, like with my power rankings last week, again, they're not super scientific, but I did imagine Steven, doing really well last week. And you know what he did? He did really well last week. He's in second place right now, so, maybe Amber and Steven, the brother and sister duo, maybe they have something coming this week, but maybe they take it all, right? So, we need to learn from Steven. Which Steven learned a lot, right? It looks like he definitely put some work in. Again, Michael Pittman, great. Joe Mixon, great. Cam Akers scored him 0 points. Maybe 0 points, but he basically laid a goose egg, and he still won the league. He's in second place. He won the matchup with Cam Akers on his team. Darren Waller should do better this week. Congratulations to Steven's win. I don't see anything negative. The only thing I can see is maybe Cam Akers could be, and Amari Cooper. Those are going to be his two guys that are, we'll see. But yeah, even Davis got a touchdown last week. So with Kevin's team looked pretty good last week. I'm not going to lie. Fifth place overall power rankings. That's what you're going to get, a pretty good overall matchup. You can tell he's still in love with Allen Robinson. He's still in love with the Bears. I don't know why. Allen Robinson laid a big old goose egg. Looks like he's still playing him. I don't know. Again, who knows why. The same thing. He's trying to reach for some Darnell Mooney, which again, maybe he's just so in love with the Bears. Looks like the Bears are going to meet their owners this week, and they're going to go ahead and play the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is at home. Again, we already know they're going to meet their owner, and I don't see any good looks for the Bears. Sorry, Kevin. Again, and Najee Harris is injured. We can hope that Melvin Gordon does better this week. We already know, we saw that game Sunday night and it was all bad. So, but again, let's talk about good things with Kevin's team. So, being number 5, we have. Yeah. All right. All right. And last but not least, obviously, it's your boy, Sanchi529, is going up against Brian Tutts. Brian. So let's see. Usually I don't like to, talk about me and how good I am with Breece Hall. Breece Hall is going to go against Dalvin Cook, which did terrible last week. And I mean terrible for being a first round draft pick against Breece Hall, which is phenomenal. Looks like Brian still lost to me in the Fab waivers. Last year, he complained a little bit about the waiver rankings, the waiver wires, so we changed it to make him happy. But again, still not happy. He still lost, so maybe I'll be on a trend. I'll continue to beat him. So far, I am undefeated against the Raxons, so if I play Raxon, I pretty much win every single time. Winning record, so I think they have to win a cumulative about 8 games to actually be even with me, because I actually haven't lost to Raxon in a long time. Congratulations to me. That's all I'm going to say about my team. So, again, we'll see if Kittle's in for Brian. He picked up Devin Duvernay. I think there's a lot of running backs. I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Baltimore right now, right? So he did great last week, but I think he'll maybe have to drop him pretty soon. So and same thing with Lance, right? So Lance, I don't see him doing bad this week. Again, I think last week at the Bears, it was raining. We saw that game. It was just basically puddles of water everywhere. So I think he'll do better this week. Brandon Cooks, we'll see. Juju, he did good. So I think he's a solid start. I think, again, his biggest holes right now is probably his Dalvin Cook and George Kittle right now. So there you go. That's our matchups of the week. I think the one that's going to run off with the highest points again, I think it will be Amber again. I think if all her team is consistent, I think she will score the most points this week. Okay, theme of the week. So let's go ahead and this one is going to be who. So again, it's a little kind of the same, but a little bit different parameters. So who is a famous person's shoes you would like to live in for 1 week? Okay, so again, it could be any famous person the shoes that you want to live in. So there's a few parameters on it. So first thing is they have to be alive. Okay, so they can't be a dead famous person. Okay. Second thing, I don't want politicians, because I think politicians is just a easy one. Who knows? No politics. So it has to be someone famous. It could be sports, musicians. Anything you want, just no politicians. And lastly, obviously, no Elon Musk, right? So, I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, we want to be, the richest person alive at the moment. So just not those. And then no duplicates, obviously. Okay. And now we are to power rankings. Versus, I think you guys can already guess who I'm going to pick for my number one in power rankings is going to be Amber. I think Amber's team looks great. I think, again, with Josh Allen being Josh Allen, again, he looked like he had no problem last week. He looked like he was having fun. He looked like he enjoyed hitting, Rams defense players. So I think if Josh Allen continues to be like this, then we got Amber being number one in the power rankings. I think now number two, we got Nick. Congratulations to the newcomer. I think Nick's team looks pretty good with that 3 elite wide receiver set. The next one we're going to go ahead and pick Steven. So I think last week he was power rankings number 3. I still think with Steven, he's still going to win. He has a good team, overall team. Great lineup. Okay, next one is going to be your boy, Sanchi529, right here, number 4. We're going to get our first win of the week. Congratulations to me, huh? All right, and the golden boy, number 5, we got Kevin. Kevin, congratulations, sticking with the number 5. Okay, number 6, we're going to have Frauheiger. I think Frauheiger's team, I think she looks good. She got a good win last week, but we're going to go ahead and against her opponent, I think she's not going to get that lucky. Number 7, I think Brian. Brian's going to go, and I think he's going to lose to me. Sorry, Brian. No offense. Maybe you should drop that Dalvin Cook, and then you'll probably go up in my power rankings. The next one's going to be Ray. So congratulations to Ray for being number 8. I think she was 8 also last week too. Next one's going to be John. Who's John placing? Whoever these winners are. And then I think the last one, I think Jonathan's team, I don't know. Jonathan's team right now, and we'll see if they can be consistent, but I don't think he can make it this week. Well, there you go. There's my power rankings, guys. Don't forget to thank you for watching. Smash that like button, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to submit your mailbag questions next week, or not at all, who knows. And then stay tuned for next week's for power rankings. All right? And don't forget, let's ride.